Welcome to 700 Club Canada. We're having a fantastic week this week, talking all about money. And actually, it's been less painful than I thought. Thanks to Mike Crofts and Jennifer Pauls. Welcome back, guys.
Great to be back.
The Money Coach Mike team. You guys have really, I think, brought hope and help to people where they often feel hopeless and helpless, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Practical tools. So today we're going to ask some of the most asked questions, okay? That maybe we haven't got to your question yet, but I'm going to fire a few questions off and see if we can get some answers. Here's the first one, Jen.
Right.
I'm too old to start saving, paying off debt, investing. Am I too old? Is the question.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Right? You're never too old.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, the sooner you start, the more time you have on the clock to take care of things. The plan will just look different starting later. So you're never too old to start.
Yeah.
Right? But it's about getting started. It's about realizing that there is a problem or a challenge that you want to overcome with your finances and then starting to create a plan, implement it, and make that change today. Don't wait another year or two because then how much less time is available.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you see happen to people that start later in life, Mike?
Sometimes you got to reprioritize what they thought retirement would look like, or down the road would look like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Right. And so reprioritizing, getting focused though.
Yes.
This time, for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, being focused on what you want that outcome to be like,
Yes.
because what we're finding is pensions aren't enough.
Right.
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 Or don't exist.
Or don't
Maybe
exist.
we had this plan, but it isn't working out the way we'd hoped.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so being able to be flexible but focused on what you really want, and then learning what you need to do to get there.
Yes. I think that's the key, because sometimes we have something, we don't know really where it's taking us, but you have tools that help people project, I'm assuming, what it will look. If you stick to this plan, this is what it could look like.
This is the ballpark of what it can look like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're never perfect, but we got a nice idea of where we can land. Yeah.
I think the goal, and you mentioned this earlier, Jen, keeping the goal in mind is what helps you stick to the plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because when you have something that you're focused on, you're more inclined to work toward it, especially if it's something that's really tied to your heart, like a dream, right? Because our dreams are good. Our dreams are from God. And so when we can focus on those, how can he not bless us when we're being good managers and prioritizing him and our goals?
So good. Okay, here's another one. I can't seem to control my spending. What can I do to help with impulse spending? Who wants to take that one on? Right?
Well, I think we got to get to the root of the impulse spending.
Okay.
And, that could be recent, that could be past history. So obviously we want to get to the root of it, or it will always be there. Not saying we have to fall into it, but it'll always be there kind of nagging at us. So if we can get to the root of the problem, that's obviously number one.
Yeah.
Number two, tools like a cash flow plan, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
Huge on helping you see where you're spending, why you're spending, where you're spending, all that. Having cash or a prepaid card like we talked about as well, so that you can't overspend.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't rack up what's not there.
Exactly.
Right? Those are some two great tools to help with the overspending. And
I think to your point, like the cash flow plan, i.e. budget, is like the way in which you see where you're spending, because oftentimes we just don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know where that money's going. But good news, you have a 5-day find more money challenge, right?
Yeah.
And you find people find a lot. Find how much on average do they find when they do this money challenge?
$250 to $500.
Really?
Yeah.
A month.
More per month. So that's an extra $3,000 to $6,000 a year.
Right.
When you add it all up. But yeah, about $250 to $500 more per month. Now some do more, some do a little bit less.
Yep.
That's the average here. But we focus on many areas, not just one, but many areas in your finances.
Right.
And so people find a little bit here and a little bit here.
Right.
Others find some right here.
Yeah.
And it usually adds up to about that extra $250 or so.
I love that. Okay, here's one more. Why not keep using my credit card if I pay off the balance each month?
Yeah.
I get points and perks.
I get the points, the perks, the miles.
Yes, but you're spending more. Statistically, you're just spending more because it's plastic. It's not cash.
Yeah.
You don't have that same attachment to it in your mind, right?
Yeah.
Where there's lots of great free programs where you can get points and perks.
Right.
Lots of those exist. You don't even have to use the store credit cards in order to get the points and perks, and you can still get free groceries, free gas.
Okay.
Right? Just if you're spending money on things that you were going to buy anyways, that's the thing. Don't let the points and perks be the driver.
Right.
But they're a great bonus on things you were going to buy anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, these companies, they know they spend billions of dollars studying you and me,
right,
and how we spend and what draws us in, and so they know that when you've got points and perks. Some studies we found 12 to 18% more. Others 300% more. Again, smaller items are the 300% more.
Right. Interesting.
And so when you don't have the option to do that, we found people tend to spend a lot less.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Last question. We're going to come back though. How do I get started? I know we've talked about this a few times this week, but I want to come back because I want you to hit on that one more time, okay? We'll be right back with financial coaches Mike Crofts and Jennifer Pauls. Join us. Well, this has been such a great week, you guys. I can't thank you enough for being here. And if you have not seen all these shows, I encourage you to go to 700 Club Canada on YouTube, our YouTube channel. You can watch everything there, right?
Let's do it, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
they can find you at moneycoachmike.com.
Yep.
Everything is there to learn. So here's the question we left off with. How do I get started? What does it look like, Mike?
I think for those of you that are in the beginning stages, we follow the steps, cash flow plan, then work on the debt. Don't work on the debt first.
Don't work on the debt first.
Yeah. Most people go after the debt and we say, let's do the cash flow plan. Let's see what we have, what we actually have.
Yes.
Then we use that for the debt.
Okay.
Pay off the debt, save the money, invest. And so we teach all that in the Find More Money Challenge.
Yeah.
And you're getting us coaching you on what to do, how to do it. Each day we walk step by step.
Okay.
We kind of build. Walk you through how to get started there. So that would probably be if you're ready to dive in, that would be the spot to get into.
Do the Find More Money Challenge, which is coming up just in a few weeks here.
Yep.
Yeah.
In September, you can join that challenge. You join online, right?
Online, yeah.
moneycoachmike.com and then you'll get /
Find More Money.
Find More Money.
Yeah.
I think it's a great resource. We were talking earlier about the power, like the purpose of money is what? What is the purpose of money anyway? Is it just for our own benefit, Like God's given us money so we can bless others too, right?
Yeah.
Jen, what's the power of giving?
The power of giving is about having the kingdom impact and leaving a legacy, right?
Yeah.
What type of a story do you want to leave behind for your family, for generations to come? How do you want to impact your community? How do you want to be able to touch those ministries that are really important to you, that are close to your heart, that God's maybe put a call on yours? And so giving is such a crucial thing. And when you're getting out of debt, it can be hard to see giving as a priority. But when we do prioritize, it's incredible how God pulls through and can speak into you that way.
Yeah, there's some powerful stories of people who in their journey of getting out of debt, should be challenged to give.
Yes.
Don't take that away.
Yes.
Keep that. Work with everything else, how to get out of debt, and what's happened, the story of impact in their lives.
Yeah, tell us one of those.
Okay, so we had one couple, a missionary, wanted to go into the mission field, couldn't do it. Just too much debt, like they had, and so we started working together. And I remember encouraging them, guys, just keep giving. Do your 10%. That's where we're going to start. We'll use the rest for debt.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening to them is she lost her job, which was a setback. Found another one. Working on this other job. Someone comes in and says, "Hey, I'm looking for a couple that wants to go into the mission field. I want to give them a house to stay in for free until they can get out on their feet."
Oh my goodness.
Started saving like $1,200 right there a month in rent, and it was down on the beaches in Toronto.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they got out of debt within 24 months. They're in the mission field now. I get reports from them all the time, and they're having a huge impact.
Yeah.
But they kept giving, and we said that's a principle. We don't, like that one principle to do another.
Yes.
We do all the principles.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So good. You've both had an impact. Like, just circling back to your stories, what has this done in your own life as you've learned to manage this money, steward this money, teach others the benefit of it? What's the impact for you, Jen?
Yeah. Well, the personal impact is that we went from being broke with a baby to now our kids are in their teenage years and we are debt free, including our house.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
And it's opened up opportunities, and now we're no longer the one who's feeling like, oh, we can't give because we don't have.
Yeah.
Now we have the opportunity to be a blessing to others, whether it's in the kids' school or there's a need at the church or the community. Right. We have the opportunity and the option because we don't have the debt holding us back anymore. We've got the freedom in our finances to do some really cool things.
Yeah, that's beautiful. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I remember a time in my life where starting a business and taking that leap probably before we should have. There was months where I looked at the cash flow and said, we're not going to have enough. And I remember, I was like, am I going to get rid of this or that or that? And my wife said, just let's keep tithing. God's promised to take care of us.
Wow.
And we watched it happen every month. Opportunities showed up, or, we got through it. And now on the other side of it, because I remember being in that moment and God said, there comes a point where God said to me, like, do you want to keep being the guy that's getting the blessing, or you want to start to give it?
Wow.
And so I want to start giving it.
Yeah.
To be on that side. So being on the other side now, to be able to give to, like you said, organizations and needs and different things, and the single mom who doesn't have gifts for her kids for Christmas and little things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the joy of it, isn't it? And God is generous, and he loves a cheerful giver. Like, this is such an opportunity in our life when we're not burdened by debt, weighed down by money. It actually is actually a gift from God to grow us in our generosity and to bless others, which in turn, we all know it's better to give than to receive.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Feels better. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough for being here. Next steps, I'd say get to moneycoachmike.com, sign up for the Find More Money Challenge. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah. No, it's a great community to come and hang out in, and we would love to serve you and help people with the questions that they have and overcome that negative mindset.
Tough love.
Right?
Yeah. a little tough love.
Little tough love. Come on, you can
we
do
all
it.
need it. We all need it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. What a blessing. You go to 700club.ca. All the information is there. All the links to Jen and Mike are there. Wow, what a great week. And we have free resources for you ourselves. So call us at 1-855-759-0700, and we have 3 financial resources we'll give you. Well, after the break, Matika overcomes personal and financial hardship and finds lasting peace.